and Peter Skrobacz.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to beautiful Zug, Switzerland. The 2015 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. A very, very big matchup here in the ladies division. Round robin play. Team Canada in red gonna tangle with perennial favorites Team Slovakia. A rematch of 2013's gold medal game, which saw Canada come out on top. Looking at the standings for round robin play right now, a three-way tie for first place. Canada, Czech Republic, and Slovakia all at the top with 6 points. So basically, a win here for the Canadians, I would think, would advance them to the gold medal game. Slovakia losing a heartbreaker the other day to the Czech Republic. And Canada's last round robin game will be the Czech Republic, and that may be a moot point as Canada and the Czechs may be the two teams in the championship if Canada can pull one out here today. So Slovakia playing for their lives, playing for gold here essentially today. And it's going to be an all-out affair. Starting in goal for Team Canada, number 1, Delaney Bryan gets the call. And for the Slovaks, I can't see the number just yet. I know it's a big girl in the net down there. Looks to be Zarina Tomasakova. Canada, first real test at this year's World Championship will be this game right now. No more easy teams. It's a tough road for here to go for the Canadians. My name is Steve Power, folks, and feel free to reach out to me on Twitter if you'd like to get your comments or shout outs on the air. I can be reached at Steve Power NL. Early here in the first period, face-off is going to be to the left of Delaney Bryan. Canada comes out on the draw. Here's Carolina Urban. Urban's got Purcell driving to the net. Ball's put there. No luck. Ball bounces out. Slovakia with a chance to clear. Kept in by Canadian defenseman Kristen Kuz momentarily. And the Slovaks muscle the ball out into the neutral zone. Stesova. She puts the ball in. Long lead pass there for April Drake, and that ball just eludes her. And the face-off will come all the way back into Canadian territory. Interesting matchup here today. See how both teams, I'm sure it'll be a little bit of a feeling out process. But both teams know what is on the line here in this one. Nice backhand pass there by Jakova. Petra Jakova couldn't get it through, and away come the Canadians. Here's Traversa. Traversa looks to pass in front. Big save there by Tomasakova off the stick of Leslie MacArthur. And the Canadians, sorry, that was Chantal Larocque, the Canadians with the first good scoring chance of this game. And Larocque looking skyward after that one as the big Slovak goalie, Zerzina Tomasakova, comes across and makes the save. Shot there to Canadian bench on the big screen here in this beautiful Bassard Arena. And we see Billy Maher Superstar on the bench taking care of the Canadian ladies. Great trainer for Team Canada. Here's a chance in the slot. Wrist shot. That one just whistles wide as Traversa just missed the net. Slovak player trying to sneak in behind the Canadian defense. Knocked down by Alexandra Hoffmeyer. Here's a shot there, and the Slovak goaltender flashes the leather and knocks that one down. 2:45 into the first period. No score. Canada, Slovakia. Face-off is going to be to the right of Tomasakova. From the draw, Slovaks with possession. Canadians steal a quick shot on goal. Tomasakova steers that one to the side. Team Canada aggressive on the forecheck here early on. Slovaks, not much time and space to move. Here's MacArthur. Steps up, tries to steal that one. MacArthur's going to try to keep it in. She does so. MacArthur getting it going over there on the wall by number 18, Petra Pavlyakova. Here's a chance for the Canadians in the slot. Wrist shot right on. That one steered aside by Tomasakova. Ball down low in the corner. Canadian defenseman Pickford steps up. She can't get in and away. Come the Slovaks. Pavlyakova on the left side. Throws one to the net. That one's still deflected just wide. Bryony has to watch that one. Brian. Here's a chance for the Slovaks in front. Wrist shot right on. Second chance opportunity. That one goes over the top of the net. And the ball is cleared around by the Canadian defenseman. Jessie McCann now, the pride of New Brunswick. Tries to steer one out into the neutral zone. That's going to go all the way down for flooring. Face-off will come back into Canadian territory. So, as we say, two of these teams right now knotted at 6 points apiece. Just going in and looking at the tournament scoring statistics, and right now dominated by Canada. Canadians only 3 games played. Amanda Kane leads all scorers with 8 points, followed by Italy's Annalisa Mazzarello with 4 games played at 7, and Dawn Tulka's right there with 7 points as well. And next to them, 3 Canadians, April Drake, Jessie McCann, and Sylvia Traversa, all with 6 points. Canada to the attack. Canadians down behind net. Ball bounces out over the top of the net. And that one was trouble. The Slovak goalie didn't see it. Referee blows the whistle and play is blown dead. 4:25 into the first period. No score. Face-off is going to be to the left of the Slovak goalie. Ball drove down the floor, and what a treat coming up over the stairs. That's a sight for sore eyes. Team Canada men's equipment manager Nate the Great Beliveau, going to step in and join me for a little while here on this broadcast. Canadian women, real big one here today. And the Canadian men last night with a real big game and a 0-0 tie versus Czech Republic. Canadian men a little disappointed not to get the win because it gave them a hard road to hoe for the rest of the ways. But they're getting better every game, just the same as this Canadian women's team. Play out in the neutral zone now. Here's April Drake, 2-on-1. Drake on the backhand, goes to the forehand, shot right on. And that one is deflected wide by the big goaltender, Tomasakova. Zuzana Tomasakova, very big. She looks like she's about 6'2" down in that net. Here's Jerkova. Jerkova handles the ball down low, moves it out for Pavlyakova. Pavlyakova looking for Jerkova. Canada under a little bit of pressure here, and they settle things down as Mallory Johnston comes away. Johnston misses that pass, going to go all the way down for flooring. Nate, how are you today, big fella?
Oh, day off there, Steve. It's pretty good. We just got down a little excursion on the boats with our team, a little lunch downtown. Other than that, a couple of us are taking in the game here today.
And how's the mood of the Canadians men's team?
It's been good. It's been really good. Obviously it was a big upset there the other night, losing to Greece. So for us to come back last night and play well enough game like that, the boys were definitely pleased. Now it's just to prepare for tomorrow against Slovakia.
I made the comment earlier, Nathan, Canadian men and women getting better every game, and I thought that was Team Canada's best game last night on the men's side for sure.
No, they're definitely looking a lot better. Like I said, that was a big test there, Greece, and it brought us back down to earth a little bit. So I think we needed that more or less. So we'll see how it goes here tomorrow night.
So unlike the women's side, where if Canada wins, first two teams in the round robin play for gold, you guys actually have to go through quarterfinals, semifinals, championship. And given the parity and some of the upsets, so to say, in the A pool, 3 of the top 4 nations going into it are going to have to go through each other. Canada playing Slovakia in the quarters, which was probably unheard of, and the winner is going to get the Czechs. That's not a great prize.
No, the Czechs look really well. I was actually surprised. It was a good fought game. It's a different style play out here, though, compared to back home in Canada. For the listeners here today, any stick on stick, I see there's a lot of slashes being called. When there's no attention to the body or up on the higher part of the stick. Talked to a few wrestlers there a couple times this week, and they said the same thing. They have to adapt to their style of reffing out here, because if they don't, then they kind of look bad. So, it's different.
Absolutely. So, Team Canada women doing a good job of adapting here. No penalties so far this game. Ball laid in on Delaney Bryan. She's going to hold on to it. 6:59 gone into the first period. No score. Canada and Slovakia. Play continues now. Slovakia at the halfway point of this first period, coming out of their own end. Here's a turnover for Team Canada. Shot right on. And Canada's going to have to make it a good one to beat this big Slovakian goalie, Tomasakova. Here's a wrist shot. That one deflects. Canada whacks away at the rebound. Pass out front. Nobody there. And the Slovaks look to have a stretch play here and put the ball down the floor. You look at the Slovakian jerseys, Nate, all of them with Slovakia across the back. Someone walked in the rink the other day. They said, my goodness, those Slovakia sisters are really good.
Can't beat that. I think that's Canada's first test of the tournament so far.
In the women's side, absolutely. And they've been looking pretty good so far, as to be honest. Most of the scoring chances, floor heavily slanted towards the Slovakian goalie. Canada looking strong early on. Just over halfway through this first period. Just a reminder, folks, if you're out there, check in with me on Twitter, @StevePowerNL.
Question for you, Steve. What's the ratio of provinces for the women's side? They got a lot of Newfoundlanders out here?
Women are represented from coast to coast, Nate. BC, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario. Yes, Ontario. No Quebec, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland. So truly a coast-to-coast team there. And me being the biased Newfoundlander I am, the Newfie girls are certainly leading the way here for Team Canada. And if you count Jessie McCann, who played with Newfoundland at last year's Nationals, top 4 scorers for Team Canada, all from Newfoundland, New Brunswick.
Good old Maritimes.
Great representation across the country. And these girls, talking to the coaches, Di Brown, they say the girls are really coming together, and that's important, as you know, Nate. When you got guys and girls, they just meet each other really for the first time. They're probably sort of enemies when they play each other at nationals. They're normally kicking the snot out of one another.
Right.
That's a big thing to come together early. Canada comes down, goes offside, was Traversa. So that's a real big deal, how to get that team bonding in a short-term event.
Well, and that's exactly it there, Steve. Like the first couple of days for us on the men's side, I found we did a lot of team activities and stuff just so we can get to know each other a lot better. And we still have that language barrier too, right? We got a lot of French guys, a lot of English. Some guys don't speak English at all, so and vice versa, the English side too. So to see them to see them obviously come together and try to react, intertwine with each other and get to know each other. That's huge.
Tell you what, not very many speak Newfoundlandese over here. I can guarantee you that.
No.
Ann McGinley checking in on Twitter. Nice to hear another homeboy's voice, referring to the great Nate Beliveau. I guess there was no one else around, Ann, so Nate had to be the one. Actually, Nathan Beliveau is welcome to be in my company any time at all. Ball down into Canadian territory. Christian Coos going to run out for Team Canada. Coos, pass up, that gets knifed into Slovakian territory, but the officials indicate it's going to be a flooring call. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left in this first period. No score, Canada and Slovakia.
Give a shout out there to Ann. That's Jesse McCann's mother, all the way from St. John, New Brunswick, Canada.
I figured that was the hashtag Proud Mama Bear. Jesse McCann, an offensive, I tell you what, last year, we did okay with the Newfoundland team, but we wouldn't have, I don't know if we would have won anything without Jesse McCann. And people asked me last year who's going to make Team Canada, and even before my Newfoundland girls, who I love, and I'll try to push everywhere.
There you go.
I thought Jesse McCann was a lock to be selected for this team. Yeah. And sure enough, she's here making a great contribution.
I don't know if it's allowed there, Steve, but I'm still trying to convince her to come play in the men's league with us.
I don't blame you. I tell you what, she can shoot it. She can shoot just as good as most guys, or better. Here's a long pass for Amanda Kane. That one's missed in the neutral zone. Officials are going to wave off the flooring call as the Slovak player interfered with Kane. Pickford for MacArthur. MacArthur turns that one over. Here's a chance for the Slovaks. What a play by Tamara Pickford to knock the ball off Petra Jarkova's stick and take away a breakaway. Delaney Bryan was set, but Pickford with a fantastic defensive play.
She's a good veteran to have on that team, that's for sure.
Here's Canada down behind their own end. Canada, Pickford sends it over for MacArthur. MacArthur. Little tough there for MacArthur. That's her second giveaway this shift. Here's a shot right on, and Delaney Bryan drops down and covers that one up. Uncharacteristic there of Leslie MacArthur, but I'm sure she'll bounce back in a big way. 3:58 left to go here in the first period. Canada and Slovakia knotted, no score. From the draw, Canada. Dawson puts the ball behind the net for Coos. Coos back for Dawson. Slovakia not in any hurry to forecheck whatsoever, just going to wait out in the neutral zone just so they can do exactly what they did just in. Wait for the pass there and goal. Canada trying to spring a player up the middle. Nice knockdown there by Larocque. Finds McCann coming down the left side. McCann puts it across, but nobody there to get a stick on it. Slovakia going to put the ball down the floor, but that's a great job there, Nate, by Canada on that breakout. Pass up the middle, little chip to McCann, and off to the races you go.
Well, that's just it, Steve. You know, they got some good coaches behind the bench there to make adjustments as they go. You know, I'm rooming with one of the assistant coaches, and he's always talking strategies and, you know, trying to make the team better as they go on. And
that
to
would
me,
be another Newfoundlander,
yeah.
Tom Walsh from Clarenville.
You know, to me,
How
I feel
Newfoundland put so many players on a national team. Like, we're pretty small.
Well, they're pretty well liked people.
Well, don't mean you're good at things, though, but obviously ball hockey in our province, something, I guess, something in the water.
I don't know. I think I know the president to it. I'm not sure.
Well, apparently the president of Newfoundland Labrador Ball Hockey Association just does a phenomenal job over there.
What's his name, Steve?
I can't really say. Here we go. Play up front. Canada looking to get a shot on goal there. Ball goes back to the point. And Alexandra Hoffmeyer, she steps around a D. Hoffmeyer, big snapshot there. She got a lot on that one. Chelsea Purcell now. Purcell, she puts a ball back for Johnson. Nice move by Johnson. Here's Johnston in the slot area. Canada can't get a stick on that one. Nice job by the Slovaks to take that play away. And a penalty coming up there as Johnston going to get called for tripping. One of those plays, she got the ball first. Slashing. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
Stick on stick.
Canada going to go to the power play, and we can say we don't like the call, but I guess she got caught out of position and had to come back and catch up, and that's going to happen from time to time, unfortunately.
You know, late in the first period, having this PP for Slovakia, you know, got to give credit to them too. They're a good ball team.
So Slovakia on the power play. They're going to get their first opportunity game. Big shot there off the stick of number 81, Gaitsakova. Canada quickly going to even things up. Going to be a penalty here to the Slovaks, a slashing call. Slovak player number 13, Petra Jakova, doing the long, low walk of shame to the penalty box. So that was a quick power play, 15 seconds in. We're going to play some 4-on-4 here, Nate.
Be a lot of ball movement here on 4-on-4 there, Steve. You know, that two less people on the court definitely makes it a lot easier to get things going.
Chantal Larocque and Alicia Blomberg, two players familiar with each other out there. They might have some chemistry in this one. 2:15 left to go here in this first period. Canada and Slovakia, no score. Here comes the Slovaks in the neutral zone. Kapustova. She waits for some help to come. Gonna put it back to her defense player. There's a shot. That one goes wide. Delaney Bryan had a good beat on that one. And I think they're gonna need a better shot than that to beat Delaney. Here's Larocque. Nice pass there by Chantal Larocque. Hits the defenseman joining the rush. There's a shot high on that big Slovak goalie. Don't know where they're going to put it on her. High's not going to work. She's really, really tall. Low, she's down a lot, and she covers a lot of the net. So Canada going to have to get the Slovak goalie moving. Here's Larocque. Larocque for Coos. Coos moves the ball for Dawson. Back for Larocque. Larocque shot, one-timer. That one just missed. Nice shot there by Chantal Larocque. Christian Coos steps up now. Coos tries to shake off her checker. Moves the ball back for Dawson. Dawson settles things down. Dawson shot. Tipped by Coos. There's a backhand chance right on. And the Slovak goaler drops on that one and covers up. And Don Tulk took a swipe at that loose ball. I tell you what, guys, Don was lucky not to get called there because they've been calling that all week whenever you take a swipe at the ball when the goalie's got it covered. No score. Canada and Slovakia. Late stages of this first period. 1:01 left to play.
There's 1 minute left in this first period.
So, ball into Slovak territory. Canadian player going to be coming out of the box in 15 seconds. They'll enjoy a brief 15-second man advantage. Canadian defenseman Coos sends it down below the net for Don Tulk. Tulk has got Amanda Kane out in front. Tulk tries to get it to Kane. Ball chipped away by the Slovaks. Here's a chance for the Slovaks to come away with it. Slovakia is number 24, Petra Pavliakova. Turns it over, and away comes Team Canada. Christian Coos all the way down low, battling for Canada. Only 10 seconds left in the period. Canadians trying to get one more shot. Out front to Desmere. And she's the girl you want with the ball on your stick in the slot for sure. Alicia Desmere with a chance, but the ball gets deflected high over the net. 6 seconds remain in the period. Time for Canada to set up one last play here off the face-off. Face-off is going to be to the right of Zuzana Tomasakova. And we'll see where Canada are going to try to get it. They're setting up Alexandra Hoffmeyer behind. Slovaks, though, do a great job and win the draw. And that's going to do it for the first period. Canada and Slovakia, no score. You're watching coverage of the 2015 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Championships. Back for the second period of action. Both teams, even strength. Canada and Slovakia tangling in this ultra important round robin game on the ladies' side at this 2015 World Ball Hockey Championships. Canada in red, Slovakia in white. Here's a chance for the Slovaks. Petra Jurikova comes down, ball's stuffed under the pads of Delaney Bryan. This Jurikova, she's been very, very effective for the Slovaks. Goes hard into the net there. See her holding on to her back. And watching this Slovak team going around here, Nate, I tell you what, they're fit. They're in really, really good shape. And can't stress, you as an equipment manager and trainer of these teams, you can't stress how important that is. That's why I'm up here calling games.
And that's why I'm a trainer.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big part of the game, being fit and healthy. And these tournaments are long there, Steve. So, you know, you got to maintain that body and do a lot of extra stretching and, you know, feeding the water to you. It's a long tournament to try not to be staying out of the heat and so on and so forth.
Here's Canada on the breakaway. Amanda Kane misses just wide. Tell you what, that doesn't happen very often. Amanda Kane is generally money in the bank. Listen to her calling for the ball. Ball hits Kane in the slot. Here's Desmere comes in. She fans on one on the other side. Alicia Desmere, good chance. Cross floor pass for Don Tulk. She misses on the one-timer. And once again, there's an example. Tulk hits the stick of the Slovak player. I think she got away with one. Here's a shot on goal. Kane couldn't put that one by. And the Slovak goalie, solid as a rock right now. Canada trying to catch the Slovaks on a line change. Nice play there by Slovakia's number 28, Ivita Klimasova. And now we're going to have a penalty. Looks like it's going to be MacArthur going to go to the box. She better be careful she doesn't get two. Referee's arm up in the air. And Leslie MacArthur going to head to the sin bin for two or less.
You know, I'm a real big fan of number 4. Good power forward. I think she's great for Team Canada. Watched her play here the last few games, and she is tough.
Well, that line of Don Tulk, Amanda Kane, Alicia Desmere. Tulk, Kane, and Desmere are big and strong. Like, when they're in the tight spaces in the offensive zone, you're just not getting the ball from them. Unless you're going to kick them or shoot them or something like that, and most times that's not allowed. Slovakia on the power play. Canadian defenseman put the ball all the way down the floor. Battle for it in the neutral zone. Slovaks come away with it. Cross corner feed there. Nice play as Jurkova picks it up. Petra Jurkova back to the point. Here's a chance. Drive out. Shoot, scores! Big shot there off the stick of Yana Kapustova. And the Slovaks on the power play have broken this game open. A big goal there by Slovakia as their goaltender going for a little trot down there. She knows the Canadians will be coming, but Slovakia break the ice and lead 1-0, 2:27 into the second period. Did I mention how much I love this song after every goal scored?
Yeah, it's they're gonna get a new variety there, Steve. It's been really annoyed.
Calling 5-6 games a day and going home in the night. Oh my goodness. From the draw, here's Coos for Canada. Coos, nice pass there. Finds Purcell. Purcell's got her pocket picked by the Slovaks. Here's Urban, Carolina Urban. Down low, she takes a bump from her Slovak counterpart. Purcell comes in to try to help out and dig the ball free for the Canadians. Chelsea Purcell. Cross seam pass, looking for Drake. Can't get there. Urban comes over to help out. Here's Drake. Drake tries to step around Stastova, but the Slovaks do a good job and have a chance to clear. Drake relentless on this forecheck. Hits the ball, and we're going to have a face-off. Looks like he's going to go outside, as the official indicate. That's where they'll drop it. Face off in front of the Canadian bench. On the side, ball hammered in there by Jesse McGann. Slovaks try to clear the ball into the neutral zone, and ball deflects up into the stands. Interesting to see where the official is going to drop this one. I would think it's still going to be inside. Yes, indeed it is. Face off inside Slovakia territory to the left of Zuzana Tomasikova. I got to beat the back off myself here this morning for the pronunciation of all these names. I could just go really fast and say Ova for... Actually, there's only 2 players on the entire Slovakian roster. Last name is not Ova. There is number 7, Gabriela Krivjanska, and number 91, Gabriela Zitnanska. Speaking of the Zitnanska, down low, Slovaks with a shot on goal. Brian turns that one away. Here's number 13 again for Slovakia, Petra Jakova. Easily been the Slovaks' best player, in my opinion, this game. Ball comes out to the blue line. Kept in by Kafetitova. Chance for Canada, and the Slovak goalie comes out a long way to clear that one off the wall. Going to have a penalty coming up here. Canadians going to be short-handed. And the favorite call of the officials this game, slashing penalty going to Canada, is going to be Chantal Larocque getting tabbed for that one. Canadians just gave up a power play goal a little while ago. Need to be very careful giving up another one here. With the way that goaltender's playing in the Slovakian neck, it's going to be very tough to score 3 goals on that young lady. Now, why is the face-off outside the blue line and not in Canada's zone, Nate? Do you know?
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know if there's a difference in the men's and ladies' game there. If that was the men's game, any face-offs in the other team's end. Anyway, Slovaks come into Canadian zone, turn the ball over though. Ball sent down the floor. Canada short-handed. It's Traversa. Traversa trying to kill some time off the clock. Traversa doing a great job. She cycles the ball back out for Urban. Urban trying to keep the ball in her feet. Squirts out to the point, but Kuz is going to come in. Canada doing a great job here short-handed. Make some line changes now. Chelsea Purcell comes off the bench. Canada being very aggressive, chasing the ball down. Here's Carolina Urban. Canada all possession so far on this Slovak power play. What a great work ethic by the Canadians. Chance now for the Slovaks to clear, but Kuz is going to keep that one in. Kuz down low for Purcell. Canada going to change here as Jew and Traversa come out for the Canadians. Slovakia haven't been out of their own end yet on this power play. Now's a chance for the Slovaks. Ball into the middle of the floor, and that's going to quickly be sent back down. Ball up in Canadian territory, and Kuz sends it up, and Canada's got an opportunity here. Nice run back there by the Slovak defenseman. Here's Jew now. Jew for Canada. She's in a little trouble there along the wall, and Slovakia with some numbers. Here's Jurakova sent in. Jurakova in all alone. She's tripped up, and that's going to be a penalty shot, folks. As Petra Jurakova was in all alone, and she's going to get a penalty shot here. This is big, Nate.
Like I said, Steve, sometimes you just got to be very disciplined, and that can obviously kill you in a hockey game. I think it's a very selfish...
I think it's a case there. They need a line change. Yep. Young Kristen Kuz. Yep. Actually, I think that was Dawson upended the player.
On the PK too there, Steve, you know, you got to be thinking D side first, you know. Can't let any players get in behind you for that opportunity to even get a breakaway, especially on the PK.
So, penalty shot coming up. And the aforementioned Petra Jurakova going to get this penalty shot, and she's had a hell of a game here for the Slovaks, and she's going to get a chance to put her team up by a brace. And a brace for anybody out there not from Newfoundland is too. Jurakova going to take a wide-angle approach here. Gently taking her time coming in. Jurakova shoots, and Delaney Bryan gets a little piece of it and keeps it aside, and the Canadian bench cheering heartily with their approval for their goaltender on that one. 23 seconds left to go on the power play for the Slovaks. What song is this, Nate? You know, I like this song. Heard this one a bit this week, too.
I think we heard them all.
all
Every game, it's the same tracks.
No, it's all about the music.
Good DJing.
I'm telling you, I can run an entire hockey tournament. All I need is AC, first 2 letters, DC, the last 2, and a big lightning bolt in the middle, and I'm set.
There you go. You must have been pretty happy there the other night when we had the 80s concert outside. For the listeners tuning in today, what they don't realize, like, this venue has been amazing. I've been really surprised. There's been concerts every day outside, beer tents, and the crowds coming down for this event has been amazing. Like, all over Zug, you know, Luzerne, everywhere. They've been.
Where have I been for all that?
You've been up here.
Right here.
And I've been enjoying the festivities. Although
Delayed penalty coming up here. Looks like it's going to go to the Slovaks, so momentum switches quickly. Team Canada shorthanded, stop a penalty shot, and now going to get an opportunity to go to the power play. And you got to think here, Nate, if Canada can score on this one, they might really start putting the pedal to the metal. Big penalty kill here for the Slovaks.
You know this song yet too, Steve? I wish we could have a camera right on you up here. You know why? Because people would be entertaining just to see how you act. When there's some good scoring opportunities and stuff, he's out of his seat, folks. I'll tell you that right now.
Speaking of entertaining, got to go back to last night's game, Canadian men's game. I was very impressed with Sam Beauchamp. I'll tell you right away, I was one of the guys probably second-guessing the coaching staff, not going with Flores in that game. But Sam Beauchamp was phenomenal. And you talk about entertaining. I tell you, he's a goalie.
Oh, yeah, he's a gamer.
Well, we always say how goalies might be a little different characters.
Yeah.
Sam Beauchamp is a goalie.
Hey,
There's a chance for the Slovaks. Nice save there by Delaney. Bryan stretches the leg out and grabs that one. Canada now on the power play. Don Tulk puts the ball in deep. Slovakian defenseman Pravlikova comes back. She tries to get it out. Can't get it past the stick to Tulk. Battles for it along the boards. Here's Coos now. Coos out there with MacArthur for Coos. Coos winds, fires. That one's wide. And Alicia Desmarais takes it for Canada. Desmarais for Kane. Shot right on. And that one's kicked aside. Kept in at the red line by MacArthur. Leslie MacArthur down for Kane. Kane. She's looking to get it down to Desmarais. Desmarais has that one bounce off the boards behind her. And the goaltender is going to drop down and cover up. 1:07 left to go in this Canadian power play. 6:51 into the second period. Slovaks ahead 1-0.
You know what, Steve? I was actually really shocked in the game last night, too. I didn't see a whole lot of number 12, the big number 12 from Czech. You know, he kind of, he wasn't as shining as he was games before. Do you agree?
No, I thought he played well for them. I wouldn't say, I don't think anybody was particularly shining. I mean, besides the goaltenders, I don't know who picked the player of the games last night, but, you know, no offense to our Canadian boy who got the player of the game, but how does Sam Beauchamp not get player of the game there? Because at points, I think Canada took over in the last part of the game, but I tell you what, there was many parts of the game. The Czech Republic floor really put it to the Canadians, and Samuel Beauchamp kept his team in. So Canada here on the power play. Don Tulk goes all the way back to get it. 2 Canadians back in their own end. Not what you want to see on the power play. Desmarais tries to get the blue line, can't do so. Tulk comes up to help out. Desmarais for Hoffman. Hoffman. She can't get the ball into the blue line. Tulk trying to get it in. Canada having a hell of a time trying to get the Slovak blue line. And the Slovaks doing a fantastic job on this penalty kill. And that's just about going to do it. Canada puts it in deep. Blomberg takes a shot. That one steered aside easily by the Slovak goaltender. And here's Gabriela Zitskana out to the neutral zone. That's kept in by MacArthur. Sorry, that was Tamara Pickford. Here's a chance for Canada. Oh, they score! Chantal Larocque. I believe she found the stick of April Drake. No, it wasn't April Drake. It was Alicia Blomberg. And Blomberg deflects one high into the corner. And just like that, the Canadians, after, frankly, a putrid power play, They get a big shot of adrenaline there and have tied the game at 1. 6:46 left to go in the second period. All knotted up at 1 apiece.
Steve, I don't think there's a line here that's, Canada looks like a team that they can roll all 4 lines.
They do.
24/7.
Yep, they do. To be honest, the men do too, but they're not. The play continues here. Slovakia in their own end.
Scored by number 44, Blomberg Alicia. Assisted by number 10, Lavol Chantal, and number 92, McCann Jesse. Time 23:14.
Slovakia on their heels now, giving chase in their own end. It's number 55, Diana Vargova. She chips the ball high out of play in Canada, trying to build some momentum off that power play. Here comes the line of Purcell, Urban, and Drake over the boards for the Canadians. Team Canada playing a very strong game here. Just need to find a way to beat the big Slovak goalie, as that was a beautiful deflection by Blomberg in that last goal. From the draw, Purcell wins it for Canada. Ball hammered in by Dawson from the red line. Canadian defenseman Koo's going to come around, pick it up on the other side. Kristen Koo's trying to spin away from her check. Ball down low. Here's Purcell looking to find Drake. Drake gets upended there, no call. And the play continues. This game is getting a little bit physical now as both teams realize what's at stake in this one. Drake is like an Energizer bunny down there. She just keeps going and going. Back to the point, Dawson puts that one down low. Urban goes behind the net for Canada. Urban tries to get it out for Drake. Hits off a foot, gonna come all the way back to the point for Dawson. Dawson shot gets through, and Tomasakova is gonna hold on for the faceoff. So, face-off is going to be to the left of Zuzana Tomasakova. And looking around, Nate, we do see a few of the Canadian men out here supporting the ladies. And that's great to see in an event like this. Here's a chance out front. Slovak player dives on it. She has to get up and move it. Slovakia, though, finally get it out of the Canadian zone. That's the first time in about 4 minutes the ball has come out of Canada's end, out of the Slovak end. Here's Canada right back to the attack. Here's Alicia Blomberg. Blomberg, the Canadian goal scorer. She takes the ball down low. Blomberg under the watchful check of Petra Pavlianakova. Blomberg down for Jew. She loses the ball. Comes out. Blomberg just misses keeping it in, but it's kept in at the blue line by Hoffmeyer. Melanie Jew. She can't keep it in. Now it comes out into the neutral zone. Hoffmeyer back up for Jew. Jew fans on that one. And finally, Slovakia will get a chance to come in, but it can't do so as Jew lifts it down the floor for Desmer. Alicia Desmer. Great run for that ball. Waves off the flooring. Desmer finds Tulk in the slot. Tulk back for Kane. Kane shot. That one's deflected. Tulk tries to whack it in out of midair. High sticking is the call. And official saying her stick's over the crossbar. Well, official sees it better than me. 4 minutes, 16 seconds left to go here in the second period. 1-1, Slovakia and Canada in a must-win game for both teams. From the draw, Canada hammers the ball down low. Chance for the Slovaks to clear. High lob pass into the neutral zone. And given chase by the Canadian defenseman MacArthur. MacArthur runs a long way. Ultimately turns it over, though, to Kapitsova. Kapitsova into the slot. There's a shot deflected. Delaney Bryan's got to drop down on that one. And she does so and holds on for the faceoff. Three minutes, 26 seconds. Sorry, 3 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in this game. And the face-off for the first time in a long time going to be in Canadian territory. Face-off won by the Canadians. Canada, chance to clear. Nice forecheck there by the Slovaks. They keep it in. Battle for it along the wall. Blomberg's going to take it for Canada. Up for a defenseman. Moves the ball in the neutral zone. Jesse McCann comes up in a support position. McCann going to give chase as Larocque puts it down low. McCann behind the net. She forces the ball out. Canadian defenseman Pickford steps up, keeps it in momentarily. And now the ball comes out and Coos has it. Here's Coos. Coos, nice pass onto the stick of McCann. McCann couldn't hold on to that one. McCann goes awkwardly into the boards there. Getting up rather gingerly. Looks like she's okay and back into the play. Here's Larocque now. Larocque. That ball gets deflected into the Canadian bench and we'll have a face-off. Good shift there for that line. And Jessie McCann, a little bit of discomfort there coming off as she went awkwardly into the boards.
That's right, Steve. She did. Slow getting up. Thought she was going to join the play again. Obviously went to the bench.
Tough New Brunswick girl there, though. She'll be okay, Nate Dogg.
Oh, yeah. First day she was whining that she was a little sore, and I told her, suck it up. She laughed at me in front of all the girls. First day meeting them, right? You know me, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Not scared to say a thing.
Here's a big drive off the stick of Alexandra Hoffmeyer from the point. Hoffmeyer can follow it, fire the puck, fire the ball. Looked like the alley-oop shot there, though. It had a bit of backspin on it. It was dipping quickly. Chelsea Purcell steps in for the face-off. From the draw, Slovakia with a chance to win it. April Drake quickly, though, jumps in, gets possession for Canada. Battle for it along the wall. Slovakia behind the net. Stastova. Stastova tries to move it for Godstova. She can't get it out. Canada steps in, putting pressure on it. Whistle blows. 2:28 remains.
Now, Steve, got a quick question here for you. Any big events or anything coming up in the ball hockey world in the near future? Is Canada getting any big events, or the United States, anything said yet?
There was a meeting this morning. I believe next year's World Junior site has been determined. That's going to be in Sheffield, England. And I know at a meeting this morning they were supposed to talk about World Masters for next year. And I know it's probably going to be in North America. Don't know if the site's been released yet. I know later on this week we'll probably find out. Two minutes, 6 seconds left to go here in the second period. Canada out shooting Slovakia right now by a whole lot to not enough. But the score is 1-1. And looking at Nate Beliveau, he's getting ready to take everybody to Funky Town. And you're right, maybe a camera up here would be entertaining.
Yeah, it's entertaining. First one on the dance floor, you ask anyone.
Let's get Sam Beauchamp up with us. We're all set. Ball cleared into the neutral zone. Slovaks have some numbers here if they can manage to get a hold of it. Don't do so. Canada chips the ball in deep. Don Tulk going down low for it. Tulk trying to get away from the Slovak defender. Good job there by that Slovak defender to move the ball out, and that was Karafitova. Delaney Bryan's going to move that for MacArthur. MacArthur comes behind the net. She chips it by her forechecker, Leslie MacArthur now. Long lead pass for Tulk. Tulk looking for the stick of Amanda Kane. That one doesn't go through. And away comes Canada once again. Back to regroup. Not much forechecking pressure from the Slovaks. MacArthur chips it up for Kane. Kane grabs the blue line. Here's Amanda Kane. Ball goes a little bit too far from Kane there. Can't quite get there. Ball comes back to the red line for Dawson. Dawson looking to get it down low for Don Tulk. Tulk shot. Desmir's in there. Desmir got a stick on it. Desmir, wrap around a 10, shoot, scores! Alicia Desmir on the wraparound. What a great effort there. What a great second effort there by the Canadian player. And Alicia Desmir has put Canada in the lead. 52 seconds left to go here in the second period.
Just gives you chills, doesn't it? The more you can't, you're in the middle. But me, I'm definitely obviously on the Canadian side. Gives me a little bit of chills seeing them score like that. It's a good sign.
I don't think I could ever convince anybody, anywhere in the world, Canada's playing Slovakia. I'm probably unbiased. So we might as well put it out there right now. I'm biased. I'm going to do my best. But hey, Canada right now looking like a well-oiled machine. And if it wasn't for the efforts of Zuzana Tomasakova in the Slovak goal, I got to be honest, this game would be out of reach right now. But the Slovaks, by all means, still in it, 2-1. Late stages of this second period. This is going to be a great third period for both these ladies' teams. Said earlier, big game, must-win game. I don't know if it was a must-win one for Canada. They've still got one more big one against the Czechs. But for the Slovaks, there's no doubt if they have any aspirations of getting back to the gold medal game, this is indeed a must-win game for them. Here's a shot from the point by the Slovaks. Rolls through. Delaney Bryan drops down, puts that one to the corner. Krajnikova down low for Slovakia. She moves it out. MacArthur stops that one, and that's going to do it for the second period. After 2 periods of play, Team Canada 2, Slovakia 1. Women's action.
Two-minute penalty for Slovakia player number 28, Rimasova Iveta for cross-check, time 30:52.
Back for the third period now, a couple of minutes in. Slovakia in the penalty box, so Canada on the power play. Big opportunity here to put some distance in this 1-goal lead. Ball comes out near Hoffmeyer, throws it to the net. Looking for a deflection there was Blomberg. Blomberg been very effective for Canada in this hockey game. Czechs with a chance to clear, and they do so all the way down the floor. Canada goes back to retreat. "20 seconds left in the power play for the Canadians. Canada, as much as they've been having great pressure in that most of the game, not having a lot of success on the power play. As we say that, Blomberg takes a shot, just misses. Penalty's now over. Here's a shot by Jessie McCann. She fires it, and people took a breath for a second there. Out front, Blomberg shot, and a great save there by the goaltender, Zuzana Tomasakova. And good power play there. That's their best power play of the game, easily, for Team Canada. The New Brunswick boys are just coming out from under the rocks here. Gary Crossman checking in on Twitter, favoring the Nate Dogs tweet. So Jessie McCann getting lots of support from back in North America today. Or good morning, I guess, in North America still. Maybe coming up on lunchtime soon. Here's Blomberg behind the net. Canada fighting for it. Chelsea Purcell goes in, tries to dig it out. Tough to get real estate down there on the floor now. As great work by Carolina Urban for Canada. Slovaks put the ball out. It's going to go all the way down the floor. Delaney Bryan not going to let it go for flooring, as she hammers it all the way back the other way, like a tennis match here. Urban steps up. Dawson can't get to it. Ball's going to come back, and Kristen Coos has got it for Canada. Coos leaves it for Dawson. Amy Dawson. She's got to try to move it past that Slovak forechecker, and the ball does get knocked out of play. 3:54 into the third period. Canada 2, Slovakia 1. Impressed with how the Canadian girls have responded. We talked earlier about this being the real first push, the first big game for Canada. And they've responded very well in the first period. It was a little touch and go for both teams. Since then, Canada have played very, very well. Face off, they're going to do it all over again and throw the Canadian center out. Official didn't like how that ball was dropped, so they'll do it again. From the draw, this time the Slovaks win it. That's an awkward launch of the ball in the air. Tried to flick it into the Canadian zone, but it ended up traveling about 3.5 feet. Here's Pickford. Pickford's been very solid for the Canadians this game. She puts the ball down deep. Slovaks behind their own net. Put the ball out into the neutral zone. There's a set play there, and here comes Slovakia. Here's Jerkova. Jerkova out for Kapustova. Long lead pass for the defenseman. Join the rush on the other side. She can't quite get to it, and Pickford's going to have a free ball for Canada. Pickford for Jew. Mel Jew. She gets it out of the zone, and now Canada in the neutral zone with a chance to dump and get a line change. Don Tulk off the bench, hard in on the forecheck. It's one thing these North Americans do, way different than the Europeans. They will forecheck hard a lot more often. Europeans much more content to sit back in the neutral zone and try to get a steal there. Long lead pass for the Slovaks is Pavlyakova. She tries to get a step around her defenseman. Hoffmeyer can't do it. Pavlyakova on the outside. Hoffmeyer not letting her by. Johnston leans on that Slovak player. Here's Johnston. Mallory Johnston comes around the net. She makes a long pass in the neutral zone, gonna clear, and Desmere couldn't get to that one. Amanda Kane now, a chance for Canada to pick it up. Kane on the boards. That ball gets knifed out of play. 5:28 into the third period. Canada 2, Slovakia 1. Canada puts the ball down deep. Jesse McCann in on the forecheck. Ball comes around. Kristen Kuz can't keep that one in. Slovaks a chance to clear. Here's Kuz for McCann. McCann tries to spin away from one check. Ball's gloved out by the Slovaks. Kuz takes it momentarily on the boards, and Amy Dawson's going to come over to help out. Dawson for McCann. McCann down low. Going to move it back for Dawson. Nice ball movement there by the Canadians under some pressure. Slovakia now starting to apply some pressure on their forecheck. Away comes Blomberg. Blomberg gets it over for McCann. McCann's got Chantal Larocque going to the net. Nice spin move there by McCann. Lays it over for Larocque. Doesn't quite get there. Nice effort there by McCann. And this line here too, the big line's been Desmer, Kane, and Tulk. But this line of McCann, Blomberg, and Larocque, very, very dangerous. Canada with a great attack, and now they're going to send out the April Drake, Purcell, and Urbina line. Slovaks, chance to come away with it. Good run here by the Slovak defenseman in the neutral zone. She's going to hammer it deep. Number 55, Diana Vergova. Setting up shop behind the net for Canada is Kristen Kuz. Kuz, long pass, that's errant. Gonna miss all the way, and that'll come down for icing from the stick of Tamara Pickford. Approaching the halfway point of this third period, Canada clinging to a 1-goal lead here, getting the majority of the offense. But the Slovaks only a shot away from tying it up, and a tie would really put a tangle in these standings. From the draw, Purcell wins it cleanly for Canada. Hoffmeyer bumped off the ball, though, by the Slovak player. Slovakia doing a great job on the ball, on the wall. Working hard for that ball. Ball comes back to the point. Here's a shot by Pavlikova. That one doesn't get through. Ball bounces high, down low in the corner. Here's Slovakia. Here's a shot right on. Delaney Bryan's got to drop down and close the door there. Mallory Johnston, high pass in the neutral zone, trying to spring April Drake. Canada now, here's Drake. Drake on the left side. Got Carolina Urban there. Drake puts one to the net. Urban in front, Drake put it for Urban. She couldn't get a stick on it. Great setup there by Drake, and Carolina Urban just missed. Here's a drive from the point, and Tomasakova snaps that one out of the air. 7 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the hockey game. Team Canada 2, Slovakia 1. From the draw, ball gets sent all the way down the floor. Going to do it all over again as flooring's going to be called against Slovakia. Kate Woodford checking in with us on Twitter. Go Canada, go. Newfies, get her done. I don't care if it's a Newfie, a BC, as long as we're wearing red, Kate. That's the attitude of the coaching staff here today. Don Tulk with the shot. And the Newfoundlanders, no doubt, leading away with this team. 100% Newfie also checking in with that. Here's a chance now. Canada down low with possession. Pass comes out for Tulk. Nice job there by the Slovak defender to keep a stick on that. Here's Desmer. Desmer. Big Alicia Desmer coming down low for the ball. Desmer's goal, the go-ahead goal right now. Amanda Kane winds, fires, and Slovakia's Tomasakova with the quick glove hand reaches out and grabs that one. So, 6:17 left in this one. Canada ahead 2-1. Next game here at the Bassard Arena. We'll be back to the men's action. And it's going to be a qualifying game. It's going to be Team India tangling with Team Finland. So India, one of the top teams in the B pool, tangling with Finland. And the winner of that game is going to get the honor, I guess, of playing the Czech Republic. But I tell you what, this India team, they have been destroying everybody over in the B pool. The Finns better be careful with them.
They also got a lot of former Team Canada U20 players playing with them too, and coach of the U16, 18 was Jag was 18.
He was 16s.
16s.
Here's a chance for Canada. In all alone. Nice defensive play there by Petra Pavlyakova. Pavlyakova and Jakova easily been the Slovaks' best players today. Chance for Slovakia. They dig in for the ball. Canada, Traversa, moves it across the floor. Canadians need to get a line change. They can't get the ball out. Slovaks with some pressure here for the first time in a while. Long shot off the glove of Bryan. That one's deflected high. Canada fortunate that Slovakia is going off for a line change. Ball comes down the floor. April Drake just misses that one. And that's going to go all the way for flooring. Yes, the Indian team with some Canadians with Indian heritage. Actually, a number of them with Indian passports. Playing in the B pool. They're going to cross over and take on the Finns.
It's a little different there, seeing them on that side of the fence with Team India.
Christopher Coos checking in. Shout out to Koozie at Koozie and any and all of the Coos family watching the webcast. And I'm sure the Coos are watching. So Christopher's Kristen's brother, I guess. And it's great to see. I'm sure Kristen appreciates that. Kristen Coos, former forward, turned defenseman recently. Asked Kristen to play defense at last year's Nationals, and she embraced the opportunity and played so well. Team Canada Scouts had no choice. Put her on this team. Slovakia now probably sensing the urgency of needing to get that tying goal. Now Slovakia played considerably better in the last few minutes. There's a shot right on. And Delaney Bryan had to be careful with that one. There's Bednarova, Ludmila Bednarova. Face-off is going to be to the right of Delaney Bryan. Slovakia pulling out the stops now. Canada clinging to a one-goal lead. Blomberg off the draw. Chips it out. Larocque can't get to that one. Ball's dumped in deep. And Amy Dawson's going to put it to the other side. Jessie McCann gives chase. McCann can't get to it. Here's a chance. Was going to be a chance in the slot, but the pass to Kapitsova doesn't get there. Kapitsova throws one across. Jakova couldn't get to that one. Here's Jakova in the high slot. Slovaks. Here's a shot. Right on. Big save by Delaney Bryan. Coos now. Coos. Nice play there to relieve the pressure. Moves the ball for Dawson. Dawson out in the neutral zone to Larocque. And Jessie McCann gives chase for Canada. Here's McCann. That pass bounces off a leg. And away come the Slovaks. Slovakia, Klimasova. She puts it in deep, but doesn't get the red line, so flooring will be the call. 3 minutes, 44 seconds remain. Team Canada leads 2-1. Alex Tulk checking in on Twitter, and bit of support back from Newfoundland. Alex Tulk can't let Coos have all the fun. Shout out to his sister, Don. And yes, Alex, I've talked to your dad a couple of times here. Don Tulk's father, Don, over here in Switzerland, watching the game. A number of Canadians have made the trip. And we see more and more the men's team coming out now. I see him down in the corner of the rink. And that's really good to see. It's good to see the support. Because I know the ladies were out cheering for the men too. day off for the men's team. Very, very important matchup for them coming up tomorrow. As we mentioned, the men's and the ladies pools different in their format. Ladies just play the 6-game round robin, top 2 teams advance. And to be honest, I think a win here for Canada will put them into that. The men, very, very tough challenge ahead of them. They have a quarterfinal date with defending world champions Slovakia. And the Slovaks didn't have a great start to this tournament. But I tell you what, in their last round robin game against Portugal, they looked like they were the real deal. And the winner of that one gets a real prize. They get to play defending silver medalist Czech Republic. So Canada, if they're going to get to the gold medal game, they're certainly going to have their work for it on the men's side. Ladies team, work not done here just yet. They're up by 1 goal with just a few minutes left to play. Face off in Slovakia territory, and you can assume Coach Di Brown, that's where she's going to want the ball to be the rest of this hockey game. I don't think they care if Delaney Bryan sees another piece of orange. Ball comes out in the neutral zone. MacArthur, nice move there to keep it in. Here's MacArthur. Big drive, nice save by Tomasakova there. And that's a game saver for Slovakia for sure. Here's Tulk. Tulk does a great job of protecting that ball down along the wall. Don Tulk, very hard to knock off it in the corner for sure. Canada, Desmer goes in to help out now. Slovaks with a chance to clear. They do so. Slovakia almost sends a player in all alone, and that was Jerkova of all people. How does she get past the Canadian defenseman there? Here's Jerkova. Jerkova, great job along the wall. Wondering if at any point the Slovakians think about pulling that goaltender. Ball chips out into the neutral zone, and away comes Canada. It's Carolina Urban. Urban, she's going to keep the ball down low as long as she can. Urban puts the ball down for April Drake. Drake behind the net. Drake has to catch up with the rolling ball. That goes all the way to the corner, and then Drake has possession. Here's Drake putting the ball down low for Chelsea Purcell. Purcell throws it out. Drake tries to get a stick on that one. Nice poke check there, but a Slovakian defenseman. Ball's into the neutral zone. Here's Purcell. Purcell at the blue line. She'd be fit to get that ball deep, but it's not, and Slovakia come away with it. Alicia Hoffmeyer on the other side, can't quite get there. Slovak player does a good job. The diminutive number 18 for Slovakia, Pavliokova, she goes down, still has the ball. Now battles for the long. Slovak goalie still in the net. I don't even know if she's looking at the bench. Canada with a chance to clear, and that one's going to go out, not all the way down. That's going to be a break for Canada, and they've got some time to make a line change here as 2 new forwards come on the floor. Blomberg gloves that ball down. That's going to be a whistle. 1:06 remaining. Now the Slovak goalie is looking to the bench, waiting for some kind of direction. I believe the Slovaks have already taken their time out, so that's not going to happen. Or might have been the Canadians. Honestly, guys, I'm not sure. Face-off is outside Canadian line. Ray Perkin checking in. Thanks for joining us, Ray. Cheering the Newfoundland girls on with Team Canada. And 100% Newfie says, well, I guess I got to give a shout out to Amanda Kane, her niece as well. Just as well, join the party. Under the last minute of play, Slovakia. Kristen Kuz with a nice interception at the red line. Canadian defenseman got to stay back here. Can't let anybody in behind. We're going to have a flooring call here. Don Tulk questioning the official there as to where the ball was sent. Now the Slovakian goalie's going to come to the bench. 35 seconds left to go, and we're going to have a timeout call. We're going to be right back for the final call.
Timeout, Slovakia.
So face-off, excuse me. Face-off will be to the left of Delaney Bryan. 35 seconds left to go. Big face-off here. Won by the Slovaks, but it's gonna come all the way out. Won so cleanly, it came out. Break there for Team Canada. Drive on net, Delaney Bryan. That one almost squeezed through. A shot from the red line. Bryan just got enough of it. Here's it back. Another drive here off the stick of 81. There's about 7 Slovak players down in the crease. I can't see how that ball would count. Ball's kept in by Slovakia. Larocque chasing it on the wall. Here's another chance. This ought to do it as Bloomberg, she turns it over though. Oh my goodness. The buzzer goes and Canada. Wow. I would have thought that was a foregone conclusion with the amount of opportunities Canada had to clear it. But Slovakia really putting in a game effort there. And finally, Team Canada holds on, and I wouldn't have thought they would have had to hold on the way the Canada team was playing, but they actually hold on for the 2-1 win. And McGinley checking in. We got this, right? Hashtag oh my nerves. And that's probably the feeling of the Canadian team and the Canadian coaches and Canadian fans here in the rink as well. So, Team Canada with the final score. Team Canada 2, Slovakia 1. Up next, men's action from the Bassard Arena from the 2015